From Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Outside the door were the sounds of marching feet. There was a sharp ringing rap on the door. "Who is it?" said Arthur. "Well," said Ford, "if we're lucky, it's just the Vogons come to throw us into space." "And if we're unlucky?" "If we're unlucky," said Ford grimly, "the captain might be serious in his threat that he's going to read us some of his poetry first." Vogon poetry is, of course, the third worst in the universe. The second worst is that of the Osgoths of Krea. During a recitation by their poet-master, Grunthos the Flatulent, of his poem, "Ode to a small lump of green putty I found in my armpit one midsummer morning," 4 of his audience died of internal hemorrhaging, and the president of the Mid-Galactic Arts Council survived by gnawing one of his own legs off. Grunthos is reported to have been disappointed by the poem's reception, and was about to embark on a reading of his 12-book epic entitled My Favourite Bath Time Gurgles, when his own major intestine, in a desperate attempt to save life and civilization, leapt straight up through his neck and throttled his brain. Prostetnik Vogon Jeltz smiled very slowly. He was now feeling quite relaxed and ready for a little callousness. The prisoners sat in poetry appreciation chairs, strapped in. The sweat stood out cold on Ford Prefect's brow and slid round the electrodes strapped to his temples. These were attached to a battery of electronic equipment, imagery intensifiers, rhythmic modulators, alliterative residulators, and simile dumpers, all designed to heighten the experience of the poem and make sure that not a single nuance of the poet's thought was lost. The Vogon began to read. "Oh, Freddled Grunt-Bugly," he began. Spasms racked Ford's body. This was worse than even he'd been prepared for. "Thy micturations are to me as a plurdled gabbled blotchets on a lurgid bee." "Ah!" went Ford Prefect, wrenching his head back as lumps of pain thumped through it. "Group, I implore thee," continued the merciless Vogon. "Ah!" cried Ford Prefect, and threw one final spasm as the electronic enhancement of the last line caught him full blast across the temples. He went limp.